Okay, me again, freedom through Christ. This is gonna be another, was free yourself video. And this time I'm gonna talk about stereotyping. Um, Stereotyping is responsible for, hatred and discrimination. Or at least one type of hatred, which leads to discrimination, or yeah. I discussed in earlier videos that there are two different types of hatred. It's hatred that's that's this one type of hatred that's fueled by pain and what somebody did to you, and a grudge. It's fueled by a grudge, pretty much. Yeah, hatred as in a grudge type of hatred. And then there's a hatred that's more of a stereotype type of hatred. And I believe stereotype type of hatred, the stereotype hatred, it's I think that's a type of hatred that's against black people, and I think that's responsible for racism and all kinds of discriminations. Stereotyping. Get stereotyped them to be a certain way that you don't like about them, and so you don't like them. More specifically though, I've heard some stereotypes about Israel, Jews, these last couple of days. And I really don't believe any of that. I mean, I might believe part of it, like Jews and Christians might not get along real good. I mean, I could believe that. I wouldn't exactly say that Jews hate Christians. I mean, for one thing, Jews, they are God's people. More specifically, Israel. I guess Jews is more like I guess Jew is the religion in Israel, or Israelites. I guess that's the race. And then there's another type of Jew where somebody can convert to a Jew and follow their customs and laws, and I won't get into that in this video. Anyways, I've been hearing all kinds of more specifically about how Jews are responsible for this war in Iraq. That's new information for me, really. Never heard that before. Do not have a reason to believe that. I know you're making Jews out to be some kind of troublemaker. And even if some Jews actually are responsible for this war in Iraq, you cannot stereotype everybody to be like that, and every Jew to be like that. That's like let's see, something real good. That's like stereotyping Japanese people to to be responsible for bombing Pearl Harbor. I mean, the entire nation of Japan, every one of them that are around today, was something that happened in Japan, what, 70 years ago? Well, maybe not exactly 70 years ago. Probably real close to 70 years ago. And it's like saying that all Japanese people, it's like blaming them for bombing Hawaii in the 40s. When in actuality, the people who was responsible for Pearl Harbor are gone. They have since passed away. And it does not mean that. In fact, wasn't it only the government of Japan who was responsible for that? You can't blame the citizens for that, really. That's like blaming the citizens of Germany for what Hitler did in the 40s. I mean, just because Hitler killed, I don't know how many, or was responsible for the death of, I don't know how many Jews, does not mean that the citizens of Germany approved of it. I mean, just because the leader of a certain country is bad, does not mean that the citizens of that country is bad. Yes, that means the people in this country who are from, I think I use Iraq for example. Yeah, Iraq, whatever country that's known to have terrorists. Just because a country is known to have terrorists, or the leader of that country happens to be a terrorist or something, doesn't mean somebody in this country who is from that country is a terrorist. If that makes sense. Anyway, stereotyping. You cannot say that Jews are a certain way. I mean that all Jews are a certain way, just because a handful of them are. Some of them might be that way, but all of them, I disagree with that. It's like stereotyping Christians. Christians are often stereotyped to be self-righteous and judgmental. And really, I understand that stereotype, because that's all non-Christians see. I mean, the most often, the self-righteous, judgmental, so-called Christian. I would actually call people like that church people. Because their actions, being self-righteous and judgmental, that does not reflect Christ. That does not reflect the fruits of the Spirit. That does not reflect evidence of being a born-again, true Christian. So, only conclusion there can be, if their actions does not reflect that they're a Christian, then they must not be a Christian. And that's recognizing that there's not a Christian. I don't think it's which I don't think is the same as judging them. I mean, for one thing, Matthew chapter 7, which the same chapter that says, "Judge not lest you be judged," at the beginning of it, go a little bit further down in that chapter, talking about wolves in sheep clothing, probably referring to false Christians or false prophets or something. You would know them by their fruits. So, we're not supposed to judge, and yet we're supposed to recognize them. I think Jesus warned us, told us how to recognize them, so we'll not be deceived by them. And probably the same can be true with church people. We need to know how to recognize them, so that we're not deceived by them, so that we don't get led away. And I think judging them is more like a reaction to knowing. Anyways, you cannot stereotype an entire nation, an entire race, for what a few people did. That leads to discrimination, hatred, which I believe is really which I believe is a type of demonic oppression, because discrimination and hatred, stereotyping would have control of your life. Look how much time, you realize how much time people would waste just hating somebody? A couple of years ago, maybe not even that long, go to trying to find some Christian music and listen to some Christian music here on YouTube. Praise and worship song. And I would see a hate comment about Justin Bieber. Everywhere you go on YouTube, there is a hate comment about Justin Bieber. Not just one, several hate comments, all kinds of hate comments. It's like, if you don't like Justin Bieber, don't listen to his music, don't go to his YouTube page, don't go to anything that has anything to do with Justin Bieber. Okay, just leave him alone. Don't bother with him. And people they seem to waste a lot of time hating on Justin Bieber. Let's see. What else? Oh yeah, and one time I actually seen a comment that said, if God was real, Justin Bieber wouldn't exist. Pretty sure that was intended to be a hate comment against Justin Bieber. But I take that to be a hate comment against God too. Justin Bieber has a purpose. And enough about him. Just saying that people waste a lot of time hating. And I've actually seen somebody with the username anti-Justin Bieber. And Rebecca Black the same way. All kinds of hate comments against Rebecca Black. Okay. Like I said, if you don't like her music, you don't listen to her music. You don't go to anything that has anything. You don't do anything that has anything to do with Rebecca Black or whoever it is that you don't like. And this is how much hatred would take control of your life. You spend your time hating on somebody who, just when you just waste time posting hate comments about other people. And I guess this is it. Should probably make a part 2 later. Maybe tomorrow. Yeah, this is gonna be a 2-part. Because I'm not done